Oh, alrighty, everyone. What is going on? Oh man, Phil here live on the stream, and oh boy, this is gonna be a rough one. I'm not gonna lie with all of you. I'm not gonna try to front or make something up here. Today's gonna be a tough day. First of all, today is my last day of 6 days of streaming, 6 straight days. Tomorrow was my day off from streaming. Thank goodness. Definitely looking forward to that. Not because I didn't enjoy streaming, absolutely not, but because I'm so goddamn tired. So here's the deal. First of all, today what are we doing? Today we are trying to finish up Control. I don't know if we're going to be able to. I'm going to give it an honest shot. People were basically saying there's 3 to 4 hours left in the game, and the end game stuff is actually quite fun and entertaining and interesting, especially compared to the earlier game stuff. Apparently gets even, like, way better at the very end, okay? So that's good. That's good news. I've liked Control up to now. The first 8 hours, in my opinion, were quite good. So I'm hoping that, you know, the fact that people are saying it picks up near the end is a positive, right? That's a good thing. Later tonight, my late stream is going to be my weekly Minecraft chill stream. And that should be fun, where we, in Minecraft for 2 hours, we just kind of hang out and interact, and I build some stuff, and we have a competition for top contribution. You get something in the game named per your request, etc. That's always a good time, too. But, sadly, today, I'm basically working on, like, very little sleep. So, last night, I went to sleep, and as you guys know, I have a cat. His name is Jasper, and he's a very nice kitty. Don't get me wrong. He's he's a very positive influence on my and my wife's lives. Got us through some tougher times earlier this year. When things were looking really bad financially, and when we had to keep a lot of stuff under wraps from you guys, because we were afraid people were going to harass us if you knew about things like us getting married and stuff. And basically, he was a positive light in our lives when we really needed it. Okay, but that being said, a pet is a responsibility, and sometimes a pet can be an annoying responsibility. Last night, Jasper decided to wake up around 5 in the morning and keep me up, I'd say for about 4 straight hours. So, typically I go to sleep around 2, and, just to get in bed and settled in and ready to sleep, it could be instant if I'm super tired, or it could take upwards of an hour, right, for me to get to sleep. So I think last night, I don't know, because I wasn't looking at the clock, I got to sleep sometime between 2 or 3 p.m., 2 or 3 a.m., and Jasper wakes me up at 5 in the morning. Starts off with his usual routine when he wakes up early. He's rubbing me. He's purring, which is very cute. It's cute when he does that. In particular, sometimes he licks my face. Sometimes he licks my beard. Sometimes he bites my beard, because he actually thinks that my goatee is like animal fur. So for him, he bites his own animal fur to clean it. So sometimes he wants to be nice and he wants to groom me. And so he'll start licking or biting my beard. Now, when he licks my beard, it's cute. When he bites my beard, it's not so cute, because it friggin' hurts. Okay? So, he's doing this to me in the morning. I'm like, all right, buddy. I know you want to get up. It's way early. It's 5 in the morning. I don't usually get up until 8 or 9. So, let's get some more sleep. He then proceeded to practice his new fully fledged 3-act tap dance routine all over my body. Including the whole Warner Brothers number, hello my baby, hello my honey, hello my ragtime gal. So he was tap dancing all over me. Now, this normally would be alright, except for some reason, he decided today to use his hind claws. Or, it's not hind, what's the word for rear? Hind is the front claws, isn't it? He decided to use his rear claws to grab all over my body while he was tap dancing. Ow. It was not nice. Alright, it was not nice. So then I'm like, alright, you gotta stop this, man. What is going on here? And, I got him to stop a few times. But every time I was ready to go back to sleep. Every fucking time I was ready to go back to sleep. Boom. He's back. And you guys might say, well, what about Cat? Cat was there too. He bothers her too. Don't get me wrong. He bothers her. He tends to bother me more for whatever reason. I think it might be because he knows that, like, I'm the guy that spends the daytimes with him when Cat's at work. Like, let me put it this way. I'm always at home, right? I'm always home, no matter what. Cat is the person who goes out of the house to work. So I think when it comes to the morning stuff, he wants to see me first and wake me up first. Although it's funny because Cat is the person who feeds him. So when he's hungry, he goes to her. But when he wants to play around, he comes to me. And that's what it is. He's waking me up just all morning. All right? All freaking morning. Then he said, that's not enough. He said, the tap dance number is very cute. I've decided to escalate things a bit. So he then decided that he was going to start biting me. Now, I'm not talking full-on chomping and letting of blood or anything like that at all. In fact, I can tell you Jasper has never, ever intentionally hurt either myself or Cat. Every once in a while, he'll get a little overly excited, and he'll scratch us by accident with his back paws, which still have claws. And that's okay. It's unintentional. Maybe we'll be holding him, and he'll kick by accident, and zoop, and then you get a scratch. You're like, son of a bitch. But that's okay. But, basically, when he gets really excited, or he really wants to play, he'll give you a kitty nip, which is natural. Cats, just like dogs or whatever, they'll bite each other as a playful thing. But again, Jasper thinking, I guess, that I'm a cat, doesn't understand that it hurts when he bites. Even if it's just a playful bite, it still hurts. Because I don't have fur like him. So it's, it's pointing on the skin. My skin, the nerves are going off saying, danger, sharp, danger. And he's doing this as I'm trying to sleep. So I'm just sitting there, in the bed. He's biting my foot through the sheets. I'm like, Jasper, man. I'm not playing with you. I'm trying to sleep, man. Like, what are you doing? You're biting me out of nowhere, waking me out of attempted sleep, shocking, piercing pain in my foot. Oh, man. And this went on, I'm not exaggerating, from 5 a.m. until about 9 a.m. It wasn't very pleasant. And I'm really tired. I'm genuinely, I normally wouldn't complain. But I'm, really fucking tired, man. Oh. And so that's what I mean. I don't know how today's gonna go, because we're in the end game of Control, and for what I'm to understand, it does get a little bit more challenging at the end of the game. Some of the combat, although like people have said, it's actually more entertaining and exciting at the end of the game. The plot gets better, which is good. I'm excited for that. I'm just nervous now that I'm gonna be trying to beat this game. And it's going to be, real hard for me because I'm so tired, I just hope that we can have some good progression in the game. Now, Giant Quest fan says, doesn't your room have a door? Of course it does. But you don't understand. See, the reason he's asking this is because apparently he doesn't have a pet like this. If you have a pet that wants to be with you all the time, that pet will do whatever it wants to be with you all the time. So if I close the bedroom door with Jasper outside, first of all, wrangling him outside into the hallway, and then trying to get back in the bedroom and close the door without him following is, impossible. But even if I manage to do this at 5 in the morning, then he's just going to pounce on the door all morning. So I'll be trying to sleep, and then you'll hear thump, 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 as he needs and tries to pound the door and try to get in because he's mad that we kicked him out of the bedroom or whatever. So it wouldn't even matter if we got him out, because he would still make noise all morning and I still wouldn't be able to sleep, right? Typically, the best way to handle it when Jasper is like this is just ignore him. And usually, after, maybe upwards of a half an hour to an hour, he'll get the picture and he'll tire himself out and he'll just go back to sleep and wake up whenever you do. In fact, it's weird because this week he didn't bother me that much at all in the mornings. Usually, every once in a while, he will. This week, he didn't, and all of a sudden today, something irked him at 5 in the morning and woke him up to do this. So, it is what it is, all right? It is what it is. I'm not angry by any means. I'm just really tired and exhausted. So, that's what I'm saying. Today is going to be an interesting day where I already had a black coffee in the morning as soon as I woke up at 9. And now I'm drinking a Mio, you know, that's the water where you put the energy mix into it that has some, you know, no sugar, but it has flavoring and it has more caffeine. So I'm trying to get on like double caffeine in order to prepare for today's stream, and I hope that I can make it through it. What I'm hoping is we can still have a fun stream today with Control. I'm not super cranky. I hope I'm not super cranky. I don't want to be, especially because I like Control, and I don't want to get cranky just because I didn't get enough sleep. You know, that wouldn't be fair. Number one, to you guys. You guys are here to hang out and have a good time, and I'm here to try to play a game that for 8 hours I've really enjoyed. I don't want to now become a cranky bastard and not like the game because I didn't get sleep. You see what I mean? Okay. So we'll see how it goes. My goal today is to complete Control on the stream if we can. I'm not rushing through it, though. I just want to make this abundantly clear. I'm in no super big rush to finish it. If we don't beat it today, that's fine. You know, people have said this game is only 10 hours long, but I guess that's if you don't do side content, and I've been doing side content. So let's see what happens, you know, continuing on. You know, the rate that I'm going. Remember, there's some optional areas. I've already uncovered the pit, which is an area underground that I couldn't progress. It looks like you need to be able to, like, hover in order to get further into that area, and I can't do that yet. So it looks like if I go back, you know, at some point, I'll be able to do that and progress. So, yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens, okay? All right, so that's today's streams. Control coming up right now and seeing if we can beat it. If not, that's fine. We'll beat it later this week. And then Minecraft later tonight, okay? Tomorrow I'm off. No streaming tomorrow. I'll be back on Tuesday with Grand Theft Auto 4. Yes, I'm going back to GTA 4 now. I believe 2 more sessions should be enough to beat the game. So GTA 4 will be resuming on Tuesday after being on hiatus for a week there, okay? And then Tuesday night, we're going to try to wrap up Man of Medan. I'm in my second run, and I'm doing the alternate choices now where Brad and Conrad, who were not in my original run because of circumstances, now are alive, and we're doing these new things with them, these new scenarios. So that's going to conclude on Tuesday night, okay? On Wednesday, we're going to try to finish up Blair Witch, the other horror game that I've been playing. Apparently there's 3 to 4 hours left in the game, so it would be perfect for a main gameplay stream, and I'm going to play it as the main gameplay stream on Wednesday to see if we can finish that off, okay? Wednesday night's going to be my weekly Black Ops 4 Blackout Battle Royal stream. All right, now Thursday is kind of up in the air. Why is it up in the air? Well, first of all, I don't know what I'm playing on Thursday because I don't know if I'm going to beat Control today. I don't know, you know, if we're going to beat Blair Witch. I don't know what's going to be happening, all right? So Thursday could be a lot of things. Thursday could be Grand Theft Auto 4. Thursday could be Dragon Quest Builders 2. Or if Gears of War 5 actually releases, as some people are saying it will, I may try Gears of War 5 on Thursday, all right? Because I have Microsoft Game Pass. I have a 3-month subscription to it, and so I may actually be trying out Gears of War 5 this coming Tuesday, depending on how things go. Or, excuse me, this coming Thursday, depending on how things go. All right. Now, in addition to that, Thursday night, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to stream or not. All right. Let me put it this way. Originally, I was told that something was going to happen, that I was going to basically have to be available Thursday night for it. And so I made myself available. I cleared out my schedule and said I'm not going to stream Thursday night. And then I got an email saying, oh, maybe this won't happen. I'm like, ugh. Pain in the ass. Okay, so I don't know what's going on Thursday night. Thursday night, I may be busy. Thursday night, I may not be busy. If I'm not busy, we'll do a late night stream. It's a no-brainer, but at this point, I really don't even know what's happening. So I can't really promise anything until more stuff, until I get more information. All right, so Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing full days of streaming, double streams. Thursday, I have no idea yet, but we will have more information. All right, hopefully, sooner rather than later would be nice. Friday, I am off. This Friday, I'm not going to be live streaming because it is Kat's birthday, and so I'm going to be celebrating her birthday with her, spending a nice day together with her. So no streams, but then I'll be back on Saturday, Sunday, and those will be full gameplay streams. And you may say, well, well, that's great, but what are you doing Saturday, Sunday? My answer is, again, I don't know. That's going to depend on how things go this week, right? I'd like to say I'm going to be playing Gears 5, and if I play Gears 5 on Thursday and you guys like it, I'll be doing more of it. By the way, since I'm going to have Gears 5 with Game Pass, not only am I going to do the campaign of Gears 5, I'm also going to be doing multiplayer of Gears 5. Okay, so there's a lot of Gears 5 coverage coming up. For those of you who are interested in Gears of War 5, I'm going to be covering the game fully, and it should be pretty exciting to see what they've done with the game. I've heard they've changed it a lot. Apparently, Gears 5 is going to be like an open world campaign, which is like unprecedented. Like, who the hell would have thought that a Gears of War game would have been open world or something? I don't even know how that's going to work, quite frankly. It's always been a very linear third-person shooter cover-based experience. So how the hell is it going to be an open world game? I have no idea. But I'm hoping it's good, because I'll be honest, like Gears of War 4 was a game that I was looking forward to because I liked Gears 1 through 3, and I thought Gears 4 was not as good as the first 3 games. It just felt kind of like, it almost felt like it was a game that was made, by a studio that wanted to be like the people who made Gears 1 through 3. You know what I mean? You know, Epic Games made Gears 1 through 3, and it felt like they were trying to copy Epic Games but failed. They didn't do a very good job. So I'm hoping this game feels unique and has its own kind of, it's the best way to say this, its own identity. There you go. I want it to have its own identity and not feel like it's just copying what someone else did. All right? So I hope that's the case. I hope it ends up being great. We're going to find out firsthand this coming week. All right? So that's the deal, guys. I wish I had more information about concretely what I'm doing this week and if I'll actually be here on Thursday night or not, and you know what else we'll be doing this weekend. Sadly, I don't have that for you because I don't know what's going on right now. All right, but I should have more information as we get further into the week, and once I do, I will surely let all of you know what's happening. Okay? Now, a few other things. FYI, last night, guys, I created the thread on my forums, thekingofhate.com, by which you can begin to nominate your favorite moments of my 11 years as a content creator so that we can begin to get the stuff locked in for my retrospective event that'll be taking place in September. All right? And you're going to say, what is that? Well, in September, I'm going to be doing a retrospective marathon. Excuse me. That was great. This marathon is going to be basically like my usual marathons. It's going to last about, anywhere from 7 to 9 hours, depending. And it's going to be me going back and watching your personal favorite moments as being a content creator the past 11 years. It could be anything. It could be a game playthrough. It could be a game review. It could be a vlog, okay? It could be anything. And I put out the criteria in the forum thread. All right, so please check it out. It's over on thekingofhate.com. It's right there, publicly listed, right there in the general section. And I hope that you'll give it a look, because the more things that get nominated for this event, the better the event's going to be, okay? That's how it works. The more you get, the better. So please head over there, start nominating. That nominations process will probably be open, I want to say, for about 2 weeks. And then once we get about halfway through the month, then we'll see how is everything going in September, and I'll begin to work out like a schedule of, what exactly we'll be doing in regards to scheduling the event, okay? Because September looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting month in regards to new releases and everything. So we'll see what happens timing-wise and everything, okay? So, trying to think, is there anything else I want to mention? Oh, I guess, okay. This I should mention. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not realize it, it's actually September. I know, it takes you kind of by surprise, right? It's actually September already. We've started a new month. Today's September 1st. Because today's September 1st, that means a lot of things are going to be resetting for the fall. In particular, here on stream, we have a new sub goal for the month of September. All right? The sub goal is as follows. It's the Halloween Horror Marathon event. If we hit the subscriber goal for this month, I'm going to be doing a Halloween horror-themed event on Halloween, by which I'll be playing all horror-themed video games, or spooky video games. They don't have to be necessarily horror, but, Halloween-themed, spooky-themed kind of stuff. That's going to be all day long on Halloween. And if we hit the sub goal, 2 things are going to happen. The first thing is, you guys are going to be able to nominate and vote on horror-themed video games for me to play on Halloween. Number 2, you're going to be able to vote on the category, all right, of game. The category, excuse me, not game, but I told you guys I'm tired. I apologize. the category of costume that I'll be wearing that day, because I always dress up in my Halloween Horror Marathon as something, and so this year will be no exception. I'm going to dress up for the marathon, all right? What the costume will be based on the categories that I'm going to predetermine. So, for example, it'll be like video game character, pop culture character, comic book character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have a few categories of general things that you guys can pick from, and they'll be voting, and whatever wins the vote, that'll be the category that I'll get a costume in. Last year, you guys voted for celebrity / pop culture icon, so because of that, I was Bob Ross, and you guys really seemed to like me being Bob Ross last year. You guys, it was a hit. People were like, wow, that was really fun, and Phil really played it up and everything for the stream. So, this year, what will it be? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what it's going to end up being. We're going to find out as we get closer. I'll have some ideas of categories, all right? Now, the other thing is, what is going to happen with this sub-goal? Because there's no sub-goal on the screen right now. You guys are absolutely correct. And there's a very valid reason that there's no sub-goal on the screen. So, if you guys don't remember, in late July and early August, all right, I was gifted a lot of subs here on the channel. And the reason was because people wanted to see me hit the sub goals, for the month, and I did. I hit the sub goal for July. That's why we did the Rageathon in August, which was great. But because of that, a lot of those gifted subs have expired. In fact, just yesterday we were over 600 subs. I think we were at like 630 subs, and now we've already dipped down to like 560. And I almost foresee we're gonna dip even more. Like, I'm thinking in the next couple days, those subs are going to go down even further, okay? So the last thing I want to do is say, oh yeah, we're going to have this sub goal, and it's going to be based off of the subs that I have now, but then, sadly, the subs dip again, and now it's unattainable. Like, what if right now I said, okay, we hit 600 subs, we do the Halloween event, and then we dip down to, 490 subs in the next 2 days. That wouldn't be very good, would it? So I want to be realistic, and I want to be fair, and I don't want to promise you guys the world, and then all of a sudden the whole thing kind of screws up. So instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to wait. I'm going to wait till later this week. Tomorrow I'm off. I'll probably wait till around roughly the middle of this week to see if the subs dip at all. Okay? And depending on if and how badly the subs dip, that will determine, the sub goal for this month. All right? So let's see how it goes. We'll play it by ear, and we'll go, we'll see what happens. And if and when I get more information, excuse me, about the sub goal and all that, I will let you guys know. But, I figured why jump the gun and set it up early, and the next thing you know, boop, we lose so many subs that it's unattainable, right? That wouldn't be fair. Okay? In fact, it's funny, a lot of people in stream chat are looking like, oh crap, my sub ran out. Yeah, because remember, there were so many gifted subs. There were a ton of gifted subs at the end of July, and they all expired, like, within the last day. So a lot of people are now coming back to the stream chat like, oh, shit, my sub expired. And you're like, yeah, you're right. It did. I knew that was coming, right? I knew that was coming, so no surprises here. All right, so that's the deal. I think we've covered everything now. Holy crap, I know that was a lot to cover, guys. Admittedly, I knew there was a lot that we were going to be talking about today. Sorry that took so long, but now let's get on to the next segment of the pre-stream, which is the gratuitous plugs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you all so much for your ongoing support, and thank you for 11 awesome years that you've allowed me to be a content creator. All right, over the years, the way that I've created content has definitely changed, going from just someone who did this as a hobby for 2 hours a night to doing this full-time as a full-time gaming YouTuber, and then eventually, being a full-time streamer right here on Twitch, right? Things have definitely changed over time, in my opinion, for the better, all right? That being said, because I am now a full-time streamer and because YouTube kind of fell apart at the seams over the years, I primarily rely on your guys' crowdfunding support in order to make ends meet and basically allow myself to keep doing this for a living, okay? So, please, if you enjoy my daily live streams and you love all the stuff that I put out, you think it's very entertaining, it's fun, and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing in one of the methods that I'm about to outline. much appreciated. Anything that you guys contribute. All right. That being said, though, I want to say this up front. Please understand that contributions are not mandatory, even though they help out tremendously, and even though, contributions allow me to do what I love, and they pay the bills, and they keep everything going. I'm just happy to have you guys come by and hang out with me on a daily basis. I really am. I find it fascinating and amazing that after 11 years, you guys are still interested in the stuff that I say and do on a stream, that you still care about my opinions about games. It's a pretty awesome and amazing ride that I've been on, and, I'm really grateful for that, all right? If you just come by and you want to hang on and hang out with me and you can't contribute, that's perfectly fine. Don't ever feel pressured, like, because you can't contribute that you're not welcome here. That's not the case at all. But if you can contribute, these are the ways that you can do so, and thank you very much. All right, first of all, my Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. What I would just like to say is thanks to anyone who did contribute to my Patreon last month, in the month of August. FYI, it takes a couple days for those pledges to process, and once they do, then I will be contacting all of you on patreon.com to get you information about how you can actually get your perks and the like, okay? Because some people wonder, gee, when do I get my perks and everything I pledged? It takes about 2 days for all those pledges to properly process. Then I'll be able to get you all of those perks that you're owed. All right? So please be patient. To anyone who did pledge in the month of August, check it out yourself if you haven't. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Your monthly pledges earn you those personal perk rewards in exchange for, obviously, how much you pledged. Later this month, some people will be getting their questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, in exchange, for contributing. So, very nice. All right? And again, thank you to anyone who has contributed. I appreciate that very much. Now, I also have a Teespring store. All right? And my Teespring store is where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. That includes t-shirts, stickers, mugs, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. All right? In particular, I can attest to the quality of the stuff that I sell in my Teespring store simply because I own a bunch of it. I've owned a lot of it for quite a while now, and it's good quality stuff. All right? Anything you buy from my Teespring store helps me out, and also you get a cool collectible. So please consider getting something from the Teespring store. Give it a look. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Thanks in advance to anyone who even gives it a look. All right? Now, if you guys are here live on the stream, all right, chances are that if you want to contribute, all right, you're probably going to do something during the live stream so you can get some interaction with me, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to do some interaction with the streamer and get a shout-out for it? Makes sense. So please consider contributing in one of the following methods. If you either cheer with bits, you subscribe to the channel, or you tip me. If you do any of those three things, I'm going to give you a live shout-out during today's stream. All right? So, hold on one second. My phone vibrated and distracted me. And that's not good. Let me tell you, on a day when I'm tired, it's not good to distract me. It's not a good thing. Okay. All right, let's try this again. If you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me, I will give you a live shout-out during today's stream. Okay, so please consider it, and thank you to anyone who does. Now, there's a few ground rules that we do need to cover in regards to contributions. All right, so let's go ahead and cover them. First of all, understand that I have to abide by Twitch's terms of service. What does that mean? Well, it basically means that I can't just say and do whatever I want. I wish I could. That would be great. Can't just say and do whatever I want. Twitch is not going to allow me to break their rules or whatever and say anything that they may deem inappropriate. So, have to abide by the rules, which is good. It's fine. Rules are good. We don't want people going absolutely nuts, right? So, that's number one. Number two, I try to maintain a certain chill vibe here on the streams. What does that mean? Well, that essentially means that on my streams, I don't want to have argumentative topics that are going to derail things, all right? I don't want to get too involved with drama, with toxicity or negativity. Essentially, there's a lot of topics that I feel people might bring up on a stream to try to cause said drama, and I don't want to be involved in that kind of stuff. So that means no insults. That means I don't care about the latest person who stole my content or is rebroadcasting me or who is stealing from me, or you know what I mean? Like, there's a million things that we could all say here. I don't really care about that stuff. Just being very honest, all right? And I don't want to have my streams derailed by that stuff. So I would appreciate it if we could just ignore it and not bring that stuff up, because I do feel it is derailing. In addition, politics, religion, these are all topics that, even though they're perfectly legitimate topics, and there may be times when, you know, the discussion actually leans you towards said topics. These are topics that a lot of people find as a reason to argue with each other or disagree and be angry with each other, okay? And I don't want to deal with that. You know, I'd rather have it that we have a fun and entertaining stream focused on my honest reactions to gameplay, your reactions to what you're seeing on the screen, and then, you know, interactions with people in stream chat, you guys interacting with me, having fun conversation. That's the kind of stuff we want. We don't want the stream to completely become a bunch of drama, you know, a bunch of just derailing stuff that people are going to argue about. You know, there's plenty of places on the internet you can get that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't want my stream to become that. So please, thank you for understanding. You know, I hope that you do understand the reasoning behind it. And, you know, in general, the streams are great. And again, one thing that I do want to say up front, also, I've said it many times, I'll say it again. Please understand that I have no obligation whatsoever to react to anything anyone says or does. Because there's some people who seem to think that, oh, well, I contribute to Phil. That means that he needs to directly react to me and give me a reaction to what I said, you know, in my contribution. And the answer is no. That's not the case at all. You know, I'm the ultimate person who controls what happens on my streams, and ultimately I want to maintain a certain vibe. I'm going to maintain that vibe, you know, regardless of the fact that someone might be trying to goad me or get my goat by trying to get me to say or do something on a stream, okay? So please understand that. Thanks to those who do. And I think that's pretty much covered it now. I think we've pretty much covered the ground rules now, okay? All right. So as you guys can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This leaderboard, all right, tracks things, certain things, such as top cheer, top tip. So if you are the top cheerer or tipper of the day, you'll get some credit for your contributions. It's much appreciated to those who do contribute. It's a way for you to get extra contribution, or extra recognition, excuse me. In addition to that, you may have noticed that there is a cheering leaderboard that is integrated into Twitch. And this cheering leaderboard resets every Sunday night. So people who've cheered this week already have been getting extra recognition in that cheering leaderboard for it. But that will reset, you know, coming up tonight. So if you want to get on that and be a chance to be a top 10 cheerers of the week, you have to cheer today to get in on that. All right? Just saying. All right. Fair enough. Now, one final thing. And then we're going to get to shout-outs for those who've contributed on the stream. And then we can finally get to the gameplay. Okay? Right now, you might be saying, well, what the hell? Phil literally just mentioned a million ways to contribute. How the hell do I even know what's the best way to contribute? What helps Phil the most? Because he mentioned so much, right? Fair enough. The best way for you guys to contribute and help me out is by tipping me. Okay? Tipping me helps for a few reasons. The first is, even though I appreciate cheering and subbing and other ways as well, all those contribution methods have a processing time. Meaning I have to wait a little bit to get any kind of benefit out of those. When you tip me, I get those funds right away. All right? So a pretty big asset to be able to use something right away versus have to wait weeks and weeks to get it. Okay? That's number one. Number two, tips will allow me to put those directly towards bills. And right now, being very honest and frank with all of you, this is the most trying time of the month for me. The first 1 to 2 weeks of every month, almost all of my major bills come due. But I don't get paid by Twitch for anything until the middle of the month. Usually the earliest I get paid is around the 15th. Sometimes it's later with processing time. So having to pay everything early, but not getting paid until later in the month, it gets really tight. And especially with this month coming up of September, where we're going to have all kinds of new game releases and everything. It's going to be a tough one, okay? So, please... Oh, man, I got to burp. It's coming up. Excuse me, there it is. I was like, damn, where the hell is it? Please consider, contributing if you can, via tipping. I still appreciate all other contributions. Don't get me wrong. If you can cheer, if you can sub, you want to buy something for my Teespring, etc., all that stuff helps. But tipping me helps me more than anything else right now in the short term. So please consider tipping me if you can. That's the best way to contribute. Fair enough? All right, makes sense? Is okay? Is all right? All right, let's move on. Let's do shout-outs for those who've contributed. In fact, let me refresh my screen here. Reload. Because I want to make sure that I'm giving shout-outs to everyone who's contributed. All right. Oh, by the way, how do you tip? Type exclamation point, tip it to the stream chat. That'll bring up a link, or you could just look below the stream. There should be a button that says pay, tipping, and that'll click you. If you click on that, it takes you to my PayPal tips page, and you can either leave an anonymous tip, or you can actually leave your name in a message if you want. And you don't even need a PayPal account to tip. You could just use a credit card. Okay, just a few little tidbits about tipping. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, shout outs to the following people. Overnight, we had Golden Colts who did a few cheers. So thank you very much to Golden Colts for those overnight cheers. That is much appreciated. Always appreciated. And Golden Colts does tend to cheer, significantly overnight. So thank you very much for that. Then Orcs Are Dorks got stuff started today when he resubscribed for 26 months. And he said, yay, 23 months. I don't think he realized it's actually 26 months, not 23. So actually, Orcs Are Dorks, you actually subbed longer than you even thought. Thank you very much, Orcs Are Dorks, for the ongoing support. Cliffy Bureau tipped me $5, said, can I bite your beard, you sexy man? I mean, technically you could, but I don't recommend it. It pisses me off when Jasper does it. So can you imagine my reaction if you were to do it, right? All right, so anyway, thank you, Cliffy Bureau, for the first tip of the day of $5. I appreciate that. Okay, so $5 tip. Thank you very much, Cliffy Bureau, for that $5 tip to get stuff started. Let's see here. Cliffy Bureau then gifted a sub to Paramore for the Win. Paramore for the Win had a sub, but it was one of those ones that I had mentioned had expired. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. And, all right, continuing on. I hope Paramore for the Win appreciates that as well. Hopefully he said thank you. Only appropriate if he did. Eternal Napalm cheered and says, Borderlands 3 hype, 12 more days. I never played a Borderlands game until a few months ago, and I'm really excited for 3. Well, my feelings about Borderlands 3 are kind of mixed. All right, here's why. I played Borderlands 1 as a solo game. All right, and quite frankly, I didn't love it. I thought it was all right. And a lot of people told me, well, Phil, the reason that you didn't really love it is because you didn't play it the right way. Borderlands is meant to be a game you experience in co-op. You're supposed to be playing it with other people. You're supposed to be sharing the experience. And in fact, some of the criticisms people gave me in my original Borderlands playthrough way back when, this is when it was a new release game, was that some of the boss fights actually are way easier if you do them in co-op. There's one boss who was up on a ledge, and he had all these minions on these like side ledges, and I complained, how am I supposed to do this? There's no way to get up there. He's sniping me while I'm trying to fight the minions. What do they expect me to do? And people were like, well, Phil, the reason you can't do it is because you're playing it by yourself. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to send your friends up there, all right, and they're supposed to basically distract the guy and fight the minions while one of you guys can sneak up, say, on the edge of the ledge or whatever, and then it allows you to, take out the boss. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But I didn't understand that back then. I played it as a solo game, and it ended up making the game way harder than I think it was intended to be. So then, with Borderlands 2, I ended up doing a full co-op playthrough with my friend John Rambo. Now, this was a long time ago as well, many, many years ago. Now, I'll be honest with you about this as well. I had a lot more fun with Borderlands 2 than I did with Borderlands 1. And I actually reviewed the game and said I thought it was good, but I think at the end it kind of got pretty grindy. And certainly I felt that the game could have been a little bit better if it wasn't as grindy at the end. But overall, I still really enjoyed it. And I thought that it was a good game. Okay. And I still feel the same way about it. Like, I think it was a great game, but it could have been better. I ended up playing one of the DLCs for that as well. And essentially, when I started playing the DLCs, people were complaining, saying, Borderlands is boring. Borderlands is a game that, yeah, it can be fun, but essentially it's not very fun to watch me play for whatever reason. I don't know why, because people seem to usually like the camaraderie that I had when I did co-op with John Rambo. They really seemed to enjoy it back then. But for whatever reason, even back then, now we're talking, 7 years ago or whatever, how long it was, people were complaining that watching me play Borderlands with Rambo wasn't very entertaining, and that they wished that I would do something else. So I did, if I remember correctly. I don't even know if we ever beat the DLC. I think we might have abandoned it, actually. I can't 100% particularly remember, but I know we had started it, and I don't know if we ever finished it because people were just complaining constantly. They didn't really like it. So I liked Borderlands 2, but it seemed like my viewing audience didn't particularly like it as much as I did. All right. So now, fast forward to the summer. It was, I believe it was June, I want to say, when E3 came, and during E3, Gearbox announced, we're going to release a free DLC, completely for free, for Borderlands 2. Now, it had been a long-ass time since any new content had been, put out for Borderlands 2, so this was like, holy shit, like, this is crazy and unprecedented that they would even put something out this late in the life cycle of a game, right? Now, I, luckily, had Borderlands 2 for free because I was a PS Plus subscriber, and the game had been made free for PS Plus. So, I said, all right, I'll check it out. Let's check out this DLC. So I ended up playing it co-op with a few people, and I enjoyed it. I thought the DLC was good. Did I think it was amazing? No. Did I think it was passable? It was basically standard Borderlands fare. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I felt it was pretty standard for Borderlands, and I enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, if this is like a taste of what's to come, then I think that's a good thing. Okay? But, again, viewers complained. Viewers complained that when I played this co-op, they said, wow, this is boring. This game is not very interesting, This would have been way better if you did something else, And I'm like, damn, I don't know. Like, maybe just my viewing audience doesn't like watching me play co-op games anymore. At one point, maybe they did. But for whatever reason, I think what's happened is, over the past several years, I've just basically become a content creator that makes stuff solo. I don't really do co-op that often. And I think what happened is, people now are so used to me doing stuff solo, right, that they're used to it now, and they're tired, or not tired, but they just don't care about seeing me do stuff co-op anymore for whatever reason. Even earlier this year, when I did things like Apex Legends, for the first 1 to 2 sessions, people seemed to like that I was doing co-op, and then after that, people complained that it was boring. So it seems like, I don't know, like, Borderlands 3, I'm sure, is going to be a good game. Like, I'm sure. If it's anything like Borderlands 1 and 2, it's going to probably be an amazing co-op experience. But since I'm not known for co-op, and people seem to tell me that co-op when I play it is boring, should I even play Borderlands 3? And I'll be honest, I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if I should even bother playing it, since it seems like a lot of people just don't really care about me doing co-op stuff. That's just kind of the attitude that I have about it. And I guess you could say it's a shame, because, if I miss out on a really great game because people don't like to see the co-op, I mean, that sucks. But I don't know. I really am on the fence. I hope the game ends up being good, and I hope that, as a playthrough, if I do it, that people would watch it. But again, I'm skeptical about people checking it out because of the experience that I've had previously with people reacting to the co-op. So I don't know. I am completely on the fence about this. I don't know what you guys think either. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm curious what people say. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it would be something you would want to see, or do you think that co-op is played out and it's not, it's not something that's fun anymore? You'd rather just see me do solo stuff. What do you guys think? I'm asking the chat right now. Someone just said, just ask the chat. I am asking that. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. Play it by ear. Someone just said play it by ear. Co-op is meh. Is there a way to make pre-streams longer? Yes, we can extend this pre-stream if you would like. We can do that. Play with viewers. Well, that's what I did when I played the DLC back in June. I played it with one of my moderators and 2 viewers, and people thought that it was boring. Or at least that's what I was told. Play with fans, same thing. You can beat Borderlands 3 solo. You're a Souls vet now. Play it the same way you play Fallout. I mean, essentially I could, but again, you know, people might say, it's not the way it was intended to be played. And now, you know, it's not good because you played it the wrong way. You know, it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. No matter what I do, people will say that it's not good. So I'm not really sure how to approach it, you know. Oh, man. I might just have to think about it for a while. I think that's what's going to have to happen. I'm just going to have to think about it for a while. And think about what I want to do, because honestly, I don't know at this point. You know? I don't know. Alright, so continuing on. Goat Laugh Stream tipped me $1 and says, time to goat laugh at everything. Go har gar 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 gar. You are absolutely hilarious. I don't know who writes your material, but you should definitely start some kind of stand-up, because I think you're going places. You're honest with you. I think so. I think this is the kind of stuff that people want to see in their comedy. So I think you should get right on that immediately. And you might be rich. Who knows? You know, you never know. You might be filthy rich before you know it. Okay? Timbo Slice cheered and said, just wanted to give you an update on Gears 5. It'll be released at 9 p.m. Thursday night. So 6 p.m. Pacific time, but you can already pre-download it. So if you stream Thursday, maybe we can check out the start of the campaign that day. Well, I guess if I stream Thursday night, if what you're saying is true, then Thursday night, I guess we could check it out. Right? But I don't, you know, I guess we'll see. I'm not sure. Yeah, because I don't know if I'm streaming Thursday night, and so what would suck is only being able to play for 2 hours, too. That would kind of be a bummer. But I guess it is what it is, right? You know, if that's when they're releasing it, I guess we just got to put up with it. So, all right. Well, thanks for the info. It's a little disappointing. I was hoping that it would be released earlier in the day so I could do it as like a campaign playthrough earlier in the day, but I guess not. All right. So anyway. Okay. I was going to put someone up as the top cheer, but there's actually a significantly large cheer coming up, so we'll just hold off for that, since that's going to trump everything anyway. Okay. Okay, continuing on. Someone gifted a sub to a detractor. Hilarious. You're really funny, and I just want to say thank you for that. We always appreciate the detractors getting subs that they don't use. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Retro Jim did a 50-bit cheer and said, shout out. Thank you, Retro Jim, for the shout out. Darth Tonius did a 50-bit cheer. Says, can't tip, but I always got cheers for my favorite streams. Well, thank you very much, Darth Tonius, for the cheer. Unfazed Shade did a 245-bit cheer. So this is the biggest cheer of the day so far, okay? Let's get Unfazed Shade up here on the leaderboard. And Unfazed Shade says, have you seen the PlayStation 5 console design leaks? I have not. I have not seen anything about the PS5 besides what was publicly discussed already, which is pretty much next to nothing, except that it exists and they are working on it. So no, if they're... The thing is with these leaks, sometimes they're correct and sometimes they're completely false, and sometimes there's a, like... Well, how can I say it? Sometimes there's a shred of truth to them, but it's not exactly right. So I guess we'll see, but... no, I did not particularly... I did not see any specs for the PS5 yet. But thank you for the cheer. I appreciate that. Glitch Craze says, resub for 25 months. Thank you for Glitch Craze for 25 months of ongoing support. That is much appreciated. A Restless Flamingo tipped me $2. Very nice. First of all, thank you for the tip, Restless Flamingo. Let me get that added to the total tips of the day. He says the following. As someone who has played Borderlands 2 hardcore, the fun definitely comes once you hit max level, aka endgame. Even the devs agree with that. They added raid bosses that are tough and reasons to farm gear and use your character to full potential. Yeah, it's funny because, you know, now in games, looter shooters like Borderlands, Destiny, etc., raid bosses are very common, but if you really think back, they weren't really a big deal. In fact, they weren't even part of the main campaigns of Borderlands, like 1 or 2. It was later on, when DLCs and expansions were added, that stuff was kind of put into the game, and now it's kind of mainstream. Like, that's every game is expected to kind of have that stuff with end-game content, so you have a reason to play after you've beaten the story, right? So, I hear you, but again, for me as a streamer, you know, imagine me playing Borderlands 3, doing co-op, and I play it for like 20 to 30 hours. I beat the story campaign, I beat side quests and everything. Everyone's complaining constantly the game is boring as dirt. Now I finally get to the end game stuff, and maybe some people would be interested by that, but you're talking a significant amount of gameplay streams to get that far. And I really have to think about games like Destiny, where most people say the fun and worthy content is after the main campaign. I played Destiny 1 and 2. I played Destiny 1 by myself. I played Destiny 2 co-op, and people just complained about them constantly and said these games suck. So, it just seems to me, maybe there's definitely an appeal for this kind of game, but it may not be my viewer base. Maybe my viewer base just doesn't like it, and maybe I should skip Borderlands 3, okay? I don't know. Kate resubscribed for 19 months and said, I resubbed to you, you filthy animal, and happy Taco Sunday. Thank you, Kate, for the 19-month resub. That is much appreciated, okay? Jackie Smurf in the stream chat just said, grinding isn't fun for anyone to watch, I'd imagine. I kind of agree with you, and a lot of the gameplay of these games just feels like endless grinding. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Alright, before we begin with gameplay today, what I'd like to do is give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Since this is the last opportunity to do so, because this is going to reset overnight. Shout out to the top 10 cheerers as of now of the week, but keep in mind that all day today you can still cheer and you can get yourselves up on these list leaderboard. Alright? In 10th place, we got Babyman Gaming 321. 9th place, RFHC5. 8th place, Philly Buckeye. 7th place, Handicap Gaming ER. 6th place, Jade of. 5th place, M5 NSX. 4th place, Nihilistic Goldfish. 3rd place, Slie. 2nd place, Vash 7342. And in 1st place for this week, Heaving Earth. Thank you all for your cheering contributions this week. That is much appreciated. And again, you have till the end of today to cheer to make stuff happen. All right. It looks like that's it. All the contributions have slowed down. So what we're gonna do now is end the pre-stream. I'm gonna take a quick break to use the bathroom because that coffee that I drank earlier has run through me. So I figure before we start today, we should probably use the bathroom now rather than have to take a break sooner. So let's take a quick break, maybe 5 minutes for me to use the restroom, and then we will begin with Control, and we'll try to finish this up. I'm excited because people are saying we're heading into the end game. It's the best part of the game, so I'm pumped for it. Okay, guys? All right, I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and then we will finish up Control. Thanks, and see you in a minute.